Hi, everybody. Welcome to Healing with Marcus. This is our Monday night live where we are spending a few moments together in deep spiritual space. I am here to just hold space for the journey. I'm here to guide us into a deeper sense of consciousness and to provide some breathing room. Hopefully, maybe we can also assist with insights and support on your healing journey. So, welcome on board. Mm. Hmm. So, there is a very interesting energy in our world right now where we were going through a pretty difficult time before the last full moon, was about 2 weeks ago. No, a week ago. And there's LEK. Hi, dear sister. Nice to see you. And welcome on board, everybody else. So, we had sort of an upheaval, a time full of upheaval about a week and a half ago before the new moon came or the full moon came in. And it was not easy for a lot of us. I could feel it. Many could feel a lot of both heaviness and energetic, I guess, roller coaster feelings and up and down. EL11, nice to see you. That would most likely be Jolie Robert. Nice to see you on here. Um, so, robot, not Robert, robot, Jolie Robot. So, as we start to explore, we experienced the upheavals a week and a half ago with the energies going up and down. And then the full moon came in, and there was a lot of releases and a lot of beautiful insights were coming in, a lot of possible healing opportunities for all of us. Um, it was almost like the upheaval that was going on for a few weeks before the last full moon was kind of stirring up the waters so that we got a chance to see, so you could see what needs to be looked at. Clairsentience, nice to see you. Yes, I'm happy you're here. Um, so we had a time of upheaval. Then the full moon came in and it actually stabilized us, but it also gave us a lot of energy and a lot of power. So we suddenly could see and we could take heed, take learning from the insights from all the rough waters that were going on before. When the full moon came in, it came in with a lot of healing energy, a lot of insights. So we suddenly could see what needed to be organized in our lives. And one of the things that came up for me, and I think it came up for many people, was this idea of boundaries. To learn more about personal boundaries and life boundaries and energy boundaries, to create more of a safe space for yourself, for your life, for who you are as a human being. And boundaries were, of course, very exciting to look at. It was very interesting to look at. In my case, I could see how boundaries they were violated at a very young age, very pretty drastically. And because of that, there was a lot of leakage of energy and a lot of not knowing that I was lacking boundaries. Because if you don't know that you're lacking something, if you're not even aware you're lacking it, it's very difficult to see, right? So in my case, and I believe many kind of had similar experiences, this idea of boundaries became more evident. And as we start to explore that was last Monday night, we explored a feeling of boundaries, a feeling of how do I hold space for myself, how do I create healthy boundaries, how do I, and this is an energetic setting of boundaries. It's not so much learning how to say no as it is just setting up boundaries for yourself energetically. becoming also emotional boundaries, becoming as in, oh, well, that's just not okay for me. That's just not what flows right with my life at the moment. And there were a lot of insights that came with that. And if you can take that in a little bit and listen into that and see where in your life have you lacked boundaries? And in what case, in what sense have this lack of boundaries created havoc or the trauma that have been maybe following you through your life? I'm speaking for myself as well, of course. Um, that's not always the case, but it's quite often the case in many of these videos that I've noticed with myself and with many other spiritual speakers. We use examples from our own lives and we make it very universal. But how do we see where a lack of boundaries was causing certain problems that we ended up with in our lives? And also the repetitive patterns, these these things that look like karma to us, the things in our lives that look like lack of love, lack of financial stability, lack of healthy boundaries with other people, a seeking of approval wherever we go. How did that play into creating havoc in our own lives? Not so much about it, but it's very easy. Like when we start out this spiritual journey, it's so easy to always put our attention and focus on what the other person, what life did wrong to me. But the real healing comes in when I start to take that responsibility back to myself. When I start to come back home and I see, okay, so this person acted inappropriately or acted badly towards me. Why did I stay? This person did this or that. Why didn't I see through the lying, the whatever it might have been, the manipulation, whatever it might have been? Did I stay because I thought that if I don't put up boundaries, I won't get enough love in my life? And that can be this isn't to put blame on you or anybody else, right? Very important. None of this is blaming. All of this is sort of explaining underlying functions of our call it dysfunction. There's Sierra Sunset. Good to see you, Sierra Sunsets. Sierras and Sunsets. Good evening. So as we start to move our awareness and attention into our body and into our lives, we may be able to start to see that, oh, a lot of the things that have happened in my life, I'm a part of. A lot of the things that have happened were actually of my own doing to a certain degree. Of course, we can't say that about everything, but we can say that when we look at the whole scope of things, the repetitive patterns that have been cycles in our lives. What part do I play? And how do I resolve the issues that are underlying why I act certain ways? And one of those things is to find boundaries, is to define boundaries for my spiritual self, to recognize and realize that on a deepest level, you are soul. On the deepest level, you are energy moving through this universe. On the deepest level, that your physical body is a home to this consciousness that we call human. So when you are in a physical body, we experience that to be our body. We experience that to be, this is my body, my cells. And in reality, these are just cells walking on planet Earth, being inhabited by a consciousness. And in this case, because of how the world evolved, I'm called Marcus. But in reality, it's just an expression of life on our planet. Just like if you look at a field of flowers, you probably most likely won't see that each flower would have a different name. You would call that's a field of lilies. You wouldn't say that lily is called Peter, that one over there is Anne, and that one over there is Joseph. You probably wouldn't say that because we don't know lilies that way. We know lilies as a field of lilies. So we say there's a field of lilies, and that's an expression of life. But in human form, we call ourselves individual names because we ended up recognizing both through language and through communication skills that we are separate individuals and we have identity, right? So, as we have become then attached to our identities and to what I believe to be my body, then it's very easy to become attached to a story of those experiences, that body as well. And as we then move through life, we become more and more attached to our story. We become more and more attached to who we think we are. And often we also become attached to the fears that pop up, right? Because most of us have experienced different levels of fears or threats against our lives, against our well being. It doesn't have to be real death. It could have been just somebody teasing us growing up. It could have been somebody bullying, somebody, abusing, sexually abusing, whatever it might be. That becomes lodged in the system as fear. And because we have an identity that, in this case, we call it Marcus, there's a story attached to the whole identity. And as long as I'm in my physical body, it's very easy to stay stuck in that story. And with that story, sometimes comes a lack of boundaries. So if I start to recognize that, so I am actually not just Marcus, I am actually an expression of consciousness on this planet. There is life force coming through me into the life, into the world. That is our true nature. That is who we actually are. And even if we end up leaving our physical body, that can be way less traumatic than we believe it to be. It seems difficult from the world of the living, but moving into the next realm isn't as dramatic as we often make it out to be. And especially if we're very, very attached and connected to our physicality, where we don't really know that there's actually more in this world, that there is energetic flows going on, what they call, they somewhere down the line, somebody that they chose a word, they call it God. It's a name for an energy in our world, right? The totality of the universe, Brahman in Hindu, they call it Brahman, which is the whole universe. And as we learn to identify deeper with our real spirit, with our real original core energy, we also begin to understand that we are so much more than the limited story we've been telling ourselves about ourselves. That as long as we are completely identified only with the physicality, we are not seeing the whole world. So imagine the flower field, right? Like the lilies. That one lily right there is identifying as, I am Lily and my name is Peter. And Peter thinks, well, I'm a lily and this is all there is, and not seeing that that's just a part of the world. Just like us humans, we are just part of this world. And as we learn to see that we are a part of it, we may end up connecting deeper into Earth Mother. We may end up connecting deeper to original energies that are very powerful in our world. And as we do, we also understand the importance of being custodians, caretakers of our planet, of life on this planet, and of our own life. Not so much that I have to be attached to my life, but when I take care of this, it is like taking care of the whole. So if I learn how to eat healthier, I learn how to live healthier, I learn how to set up energetic boundaries that then become emotional, physical boundaries, it becomes a lot easier to align with the flow of life and to become a contributor to life. So when we do our deep journeys, which I did a deep journey just the other day, and it was a very, very deep journey. And in some ways, I ended up what they call touching the void. And it was an interesting experience. It was in many ways beautiful and in many ways extremely difficult. But one of the realizations that came up is that leaving the body itself is not always that difficult. What could be difficult is the what we leave behind, what we leave behind in the physical world, and that is not always ultimate. So what I prefer to do is to, if I'm going to leave this earth, this physicality, it'd be nice to do it in an orderly fashion. Of course, that's not always easy to decide, but there are timing issues that sometimes if we leave our physical body at the wrong time, it will cause a lot of suffering, and that can be unnecessary. So when we learn, there you go, Al. Let's see what you say. In my understanding, leaving this body is like taking off his shirt. Absolutely. Absolutely. In the moment of leaving the body, our senses are so shut down that we are not really aware anymore. That it's not the same feeling. When we're imagining fear, or if we're breaking a bone, or if we get really injured in our physical body, it can hurt like crazy. And it can be very painful, and we experience that. And then it's easy to believe that that's what it's like when we leave the body. My experience is that it's not really like that. That our senses are sort of, in a way, very kind, as in shutting down. So if we leave our body in a peaceful manner, it does become a lot easier. Of course, if we leave our body in a painful or suffering, or if we haven't accepted where we are, then that can leave behind an energy of trickiness. Now, touching the void, what I'm talking about right now is this idea that we are spirit manifesting in human form. In a way, we are, but it's easy for humans to believe, because we are pretty self-centered as a as a species, to believe that it's only us, we are the only manifestation. And my experience and my belief is that no, we are just one expression of life on the planet. Everything else is here in conjunction with us. Um, just like all the cells in your body, you have hair cells, you have skin cells, we have brain cells, we have cells and blood vessels and bacteria and other things that are creating the totality of our body. And if the skin cells suddenly said, we are the only important thing on this body, the rest of the body would have a hard time, which is very much what humans have been doing on the planet, is to believe that we are the only important species here. And of course, we are sorely mistaken when we look at that. Now, one of the parts of this experience of coming back home, it is to come back home. Eckhart Tolle talks about dying to each moment, dying before you die. And on one level, coming back home means to come back to our original core energy. It means to come back to life force energy and become aware of the true nature of your existence. It means to experience life in the moment, to become the experience. Not so much the chatter that's going on in the mind, because the mind likes to be a commentary to everything that's happening. What it really comes down to is, can you experience life now? Can you be an expression of life now? And when we either get close to physical death, or we touch the void and we come back, it can become easy to see that there are ways to release the story, to release the past, and to rewrite the future. Because if you really look at it, if you break it down and you look at the strong identification with the physicality, means that we are also strongly identified with our story. And when we also keep all the trauma in place. We keep all the reactions in place. If we live thinking that somebody is going to hurt my feelings again, or they're going to take advantage of me, if that's an underlying belief based in something that happened when I was little, suddenly that you live with your guard up against nobody should take advantage of me. I'm not going to let anybody take advantage of me. And what happens is we see the world through those filters. So our whole lives get tainted over and over and over by people who take advantage of us because that's what we're looking for. That is what we see. That is how we interpret actions of other people. And when we look for something, it will be showing up in our reality. So the more we can come from a neutral space, the more we can come from, I am just alive right now. My story is in the past, it's not present now. And then we can begin to identify and heal the traumas out of our system. Not always easy, but very beautiful. As we identify the traumas and we heal them and we bring them out of our system, it becomes a lot easier to not relive the same experiences, to not relive the same perception, right? So suddenly, if I'm not afraid of people taking advantage of me anymore, people may just stop. Because I have shifted both my frequency, so I'm not in the same setting anymore, but I'm also seeing the world differently. So as we build a stronger and stronger spiritual platform for our lives, and in my experience, we do it through meditation and through spiritual seeking and through going in deep within. And often it can be very helpful. I was very, very lucky. I had my shaman teacher who could take me in and guide me. And I also took in other people's teachings, and it was very, very helpful. Because it can be tricky to do on our own. But to really go deep into our spiritual journey, to really, really take it seriously. Because as you recognize the depth of your inner space and how serious and real this spiritual journey is, as you start to understand all that, you start to vibrate a little higher, almost like molecules in a hotter. When you heat up water, the molecule starts to vibrate faster because of the heat. And when we start to heat, then heat rises. So as we start to vibrate a little faster, we start to rise. And we rise out of the muck. We start to rise out of the different situations we've been in that have been tough to deal with. And suddenly we don't have to go through the same suffering again. And if it shows up, you may recognize it as in when they call red flags. You could be like, oh yeah, that path is not for me. That's part of my old vibration, not my new vibration, not where I want to go. So as we go into this journey, we start to recognize, and sometimes we can get glimpses of what the quantum field can look like and how it can work. And when you start to see that, it kind of becomes easier to learn that, oh, we can rewrite the story. We were on a certain trajectory. And as we start to understand that we can release trauma out of our system, we can release things and we can move into a new space. We realize we're also rewriting the history, your trajectory, where your life could have gone if you had stayed. Let's say you're a drug addict. Let's say that you're using heroin all the time. And let's say that the trajectory of that life would end at a certain point, because usually it's a kind of a dangerous drug, right? Dangerous life. If you realize that this may be unhealthy for me and you get the power to step out of that frame, you are rewriting your future. Just like if somebody has a propensity for violence and they get into violent trouble wherever they go, if they one day realize that, oh, maybe I should be less angry, they will change the trajectory of their life. And it doesn't have to be that dramatic, right? It could be smaller shifts. It could be, maybe I don't need to be so caught up in my feelings. Maybe I don't need to be so caught up in all these different reactions. And maybe that leads us to rewriting our history, our trajectory of where we're heading. Also, it does rewrite our trajectory on the quantum field, in the quantum level. And this is where much of our real reality is happening. If you have a strong sense of intuition, and you get in trouble and you are in some sort of danger, if you have a strong sense of intuition, you can hear either your guides, your guardian angels, certain, or just a strong feeling in your system that, oh, I'm on the wrong path. Oh, I'm not supposed to be here. This is not supposed to happen. And every time in my life when I've been that close to certain very, very dangerous things, those voices have come up and been like, no, Marcus, this is not where you're supposed to go. And I've been very lucky that I was able to listen. I've been very, very lucky, because it would have been a very different trajectory if I didn't listen to that. And that sort of brings us into this space of what is our healing journey. What is, we come from, some of us come from very dark places, and other people may not have had as much drama, but they still know that there's a need to feel better. There's a need to grow in understanding, in connecting with life, understanding your role, who you are on this planet, what your specific vibration was here to do, why life evolved through you into this space. Because that's the beauty of this. We are a part of the evolution of life that is happening every moment of every day, of like every second. And each one of us is. Nobody's more important than somebody else. We're all that important. So when you start to listen to the song, the tone inside of you, you may understand or hear, ah, my dream is this. Maybe I need to adjust so I can fall into track with that dream. I feel like I should be doing this, not this. Well, then I need to start making adjustments so I can start doing what the dream is. Because that dream, some people call it the creator. The dream inside of your heart, the song in your heart, is placed there by the creator, by life itself. And it is the reason why you and I are here. The more we can listen to that, the stronger that those insights get. And it sure is a beautiful experience. Yes, integrating as human and divine. Exactly. And that's what happens, right? When you're aligning with the song in your heart, when you're aligning with the beauty inside of you, we start to become more, we start to integrate your divine, your divinity. And it doesn't mean we become perfect right away, at least. Maybe we do when we leave the body, but we don't have, like, nobody says we have to be perfect now, but we are starting to become aware that, oh, if I'm integrating the highest form of myself, what my dreams are, what my feelings are, if I'm integrating that into my life for real, not just like a little tidbit that I press a button on. A dream is a wish your heart makes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, L11. Yeah. So it's like you just said, Sierras and Sunsets, we are integrating the divinity into the human. And this helps us raise our vibration. And in a way, it is what they said about creating heaven on earth, right? When you start to listen to the divine and you start to vibrate higher, we all become part of creating heaven on earth. Not tricky. It's not even weird. It's not even mumbo jumbo. Of course, if we all listen inwards and we start feeling better and we start acting better and we start treating each other better and we start treating ourselves better, it becomes a better world. It's not tricky. And yet, so many people have such a hard time grasping it. Yeah. Thinking that heaven on earth is just talk. It's beautiful, though. All right, everyone. I'm very grateful you are all here. I'm grateful we share these comments. I'm grateful we have a conversation going. Um, I'm grateful I get to be embodied one more day. It was very close that it wasn't like that. It could very well have taken a different outcome. And of course, I will be working from the unseen if that is what will take place. But it sure is beautiful to be embodied still. Now, one more thing about energies, and when we look into the void and we become aware that the void is this, the only thing that's separated, it's an energy, it's a field, right, all around us. And the only thing that's separating us is our physical senses and our physicality. As we go beyond those, we begin to understand, we get in touch with a deeper understanding of the world. Sometimes it's beautiful, sometimes it's very difficult, but it's still very, very interesting. It's a great experience. So, touching the void, letting fear leave our body. We are going to do a healing session, and I encourage you to bring up, if you feel you have something you want to enforce in your life. Maybe you want that song in your heart to get stronger. Maybe you want to hear your insights, your guides better. Maybe you want to learn how to release your mind more. Maybe you want to learn how to come into your body more. Hold up whatever intention that might be. Hold it up as I do the healing and see if it can help you strengthen your sense of self, your presence in your body. Mm. 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 I will be working on your energy if you allow it. Just feel the connectivity happen. Take a few deep breaths into your body. Release your shoulders. Relax your body. If it helps to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. Tawa iyo kutaya. Tawa iyo. Na te to iyo. Tayo. Tawa iyo kutaya. Teo. To yo 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 yo. yo 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 daya deo why do yo daya deo why daya deo daya. Stay with it. Just stay in your body. Stay and breathe into your system. Why yo go daya deo why do yo daya why do yo daya do daya. Deo, 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 why, Deo, Eo, Eo, Deo, Eo, 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 Eo. Hey, Eo. Hmm. Welcome back into the room, everyone. Hmm. Take a few deep breaths. Feel into your system. Allow this energetic healing to work through you. Now be mindful with yourself after these sessions. Be loving and kind. It is so lovely to share these moments, to share this space with you. I'm very grateful for our little growing community online and in life. We get to connect this way. I'll come back every Monday. Maybe there'll be more content soon. We'll see what happens here. If you feel like you like this, feel free to share. Feel free to like and subscribe. I wish you a beautiful, lovely, amazing week. And let's talk again soon. Namaste and aho. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you. Thank you, Sierras and Sunsets. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful week.